Drew, everything about this game is a choice. You go up 21 and give it back, and you had the resilience and the brotherhood that won it out. Just how important is looking at it that way to pull this one out moving forward?
You call it a choice?
Well, it's an action is a choice.
I mean, basketball happens, right? We got off to a good start. We had some good looks to even expand that lead, but then we got away from some things we did good, right? I believe during that run and for the first half, every time we touched the paint, we scored, right? Every time the ball got to the paint, we scored. When we took those shots and we didn't get paint touches, usually those shots were a little bit irresponsible. We should have showed more poise and patience, right? And they led to them being able to get in transition. We didn't rebound the ball well, and that allowed them to get going. But credit to them, right? I mean, I watched the Villanova game, and they turned the ball over 3-4 times in a row to start the half, and they climbed back in and almost cut it to single digits. So I knew the resilience of that team. They kept fighting, and they showed it once again tonight. They had another gear that they tried to shift into. I think we helped with that with some of our play, but in the end, we did enough to figure it out. We got the right stops. We had some guys hit some big time shots. Jakob finally took the lid off the rim with a three, then Max and also Cam. And we got great production in the paint once again.
Coach, it goes without saying, some games last year kind of felt like this, where you guys just kind of let it slip away. Tonight you were kind of determined to not let that happen. What's different about this team as opposed to last year's, and just factors that played into the game tonight that you guys were able to pull it out?
Well, this ain't last year's team, right? That's the season. That's the season that was before or in the past, and you take those moments, you learn from them. But this is a new team, right? And I don't try to infect this team with thoughts and ideas from last year. That's meaningless. I stay in the present of what we need to do with this team. That's what they deserve. And that was our first time actually in a close game, during this early part of the season. And I think we did show some grit, right? It wasn't easy. They had the momentum, right? They had the momentum. They had things going their way. But we continued to fight and make some plays. And then when we rebounded the ball, we still didn't do it well enough at the end of the game, but when we rebounded the ball, it put us in a good situation. We gave up too many second chance points over the course of that second half. Well, not necessarily points, but opportunities.
Coach, as you mentioned, points in the paint was one of the biggest storylines today. You had, I think, on the box score over 50 points in the paint. Just how important is it to this team to be able to be physical and win those battles down in the trenches?
Well, I mean, when you look at the size on the roster, that's where the emphasis lies, right? That we wanna be able to score and create down there, but we also want to be able to rebound. And the thing about getting in the paint, whether it's a post entry or a drive, it doesn't necessarily have to lead to a shot, but it collapses the defense. It starts to open up other things. And tonight, we still found a way to score the ball. We still got to the free throw line, and I thought we had a subpar shooting night from three. I thought we had some really good makeable shots that we didn't hit that could have sustained us over the course of them trying to get back in the game.
Coach, in the second half, it seemed like there was starting to come not separation issue, but a difference in separation between the looks Queen was getting at the perimeter and you. What was Queen's throwing at that was maybe giving the Duke some problems?
The second chance opportunities. Some of the turnovers led to some easy points and run-outs for them. But in all honesty, they tried to get their playmakers downhill. Berman and Mann, they tried to remain patient, and it just became dribble drive. Right? I thought we defended a lot of their actions pretty well. As far as they love staggers, they love flares. We did a good job. of handling a lot of those situations. But then it became a one-on-one game, and we make it difficult on ourselves defending one-on-one when we keep getting in foul trouble. When you put yourself in a bonus situation, now you have to be extra cautious. So tonight, once again, better than previous, but we still have to clean it up. We gotta be able to defend better without fouling. We're giving away too many opportunities there.
Coach, with the overtime win, your team just showed incredible resilience to be able to come back.
Well, thank you.
A little bit of a second win from Queens. What has your team showed you that you guys have been able to come back from this, especially against a road test coming up against Villanova?
Yeah, I said the results are great. I'm always take the wins. But what's important is, like you talked about, man, just how are we progressing, right? How are we handling the challenges and adversity that comes at us? And I'm going to learn more when I go back and watch film. But, I'm proud of the guys tonight, right? We gave up a big lead. They had the energy, the momentum, and we came up with a couple big plays to find a way to win that game. And then we were pretty good in the overtime period. I think we were 100% from the field. And like I said, when we rebounded the ball, we put ourselves in good shape. It was the second chance opportunities that kept us in the scramble. And we got off the hook a little bit that they didn't capitalize on enough of them.
What are your thoughts on that Dave Dixon dunk in the second half?
Good for him. He needed it. It picked him up. It gave some energy throughout the arena, I'm sure. I've seen him do it before, so I kind of remained a little bit calm. But it was a good play. And like I said, I think it's definitely something that he needed, right? Because when Dave makes big time plays like that, whether it's a block, a steal, or a dunk, it gets him going. So hopefully he can make more of those in the first half and not wait so late to have more energy and life to him.
Coach, just 12 points from the starting backcourt tonight, but you did get 28 off the bench from Dom and Max. What did you see from those two, and specifically with Max, what went into the decision to play him in the extra period?
He was playing well. I thought with Max on the court, we were operating in good form. He defended well, and he had a good offensive rhythm to him. So, listen, we got to make shots too. So he got in the lane. He finished around the basket. He had a good game. And Dom, for a freshman coming in, I wanted him to be more confident and aggressive tonight, and just figure out ways to be creative, and that's what he did. Especially in the first half, he was really, really strong for us, and we need that from him because he has to give us some energy and provide some minutes for us in our backcourt off the bench. So we're going to look to him again and throughout the season to be ready and step in and play.
Drew, you mentioned about the run in the first half. You had a pretty big lead. What do you attribute losing that to specifically? Minutes maybe not spread out, or I don't even know. I'm looking at the box score and trying to figure out guys played too many minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to figure out who can come off the bench and give you what you need.
Yeah, I mean, we got some good production we got some pretty decent production off the bench even in the first half. There may have been some periods where, that game is going, but I really think the run and the lead disappeared shot selection. I thought shot selection and some careless turnovers started leading to them being able to find some easy baskets, and then we didn't guard. Towards the end of the first half, our level of defense went down. We didn't have our communication wasn't great. We weren't talking enough, and our energy wasn't right on that defensive end. We took our foot off the gas. And what opened up the run again in the second half started with defensive stops. And I think that was a big moment in that first half of not taking care of that lead.
You mentioned energy. I just thought maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I look at it like this. If you're on the court then there's no excuse. Play ball, right? Play, right? Because none of them want to come out the game anyway. You know, they never want to come out. So if you're on the court, your energy, it needs to be okay. So keep playing and work through everything.
Thank you, Coach.
Cool.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.